Hello everyone, I'm Brian Croydragon and welcome back to Microsoft World of Flight. Today's guide, Sam the Mechanic. Let's get started.
You're looking for your luggage? Good luck, it's probably on one of those carts. Huh? Oh yeah, it can get a little noisy out here on the ramp. But it's no worse than that concert I went to last Saturday. Hi, I'm Sam, an aviation maintenance technician. I'm just inspecting an engine. The pilot thinks they hit a bunch of birds on landing, so I'm checking it out. Oh, you wouldn't believe what these babies can do to a seagull. Anyway, why don't you click that start button and I'll show you around the hangar. Hey, maybe we'll even find your suitcase.
Yeah, so same voice as Marcus, and yeah, don't really want to know what they can do to a seagull.
These new jet engines are pretty amazing. Wish I could get one for my car. You know, the latest ones, the big high bypass turbofans, they can give you a real kick in the pants, like riding a really big wave. Yeah, well, they look real complicated, but you know, there's hardly any moving parts. A few big fans, a couple of accessory drives. They're basically pretty simple. Cold air goes in the front, and hot air comes out the back. Kind of like some of the old timers around here, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You want to see complicated? Take a look over here. Dad worked on these old piston jobs. I used to help him on weekends. You wouldn't believe all the pieces. They had about 8 of everything for every cylinder. Valves, push rods, spark plugs. Working on one of those big radials was like trying to drop a 450 into a VW. But when you got everything tuned just so, man, the bass reverb was awesome. Today, most pilots can't tell a fuel injector from a hydraulic pump. But back in the old days, they had to be their own mechanics. You couldn't trust those old engines for more than a couple of hours. But they were pretty easy to fix. I bet a lot of them flew around with tractor parts half the time.
Yeah, maybe.
Now, if I could have an antique, it'd be one of those old World War I jobs. Wood and fabric covered with dope. You know, they used castor oil to lube those old engines. All those aces, they had to run back to squadron headquarters after every flight. And those paint jobs, oh, is that art or what? It's better than the parking lot when the last Dead concert came through town.
The last what concert? Dead? Yeah, I no idea if that's even a real band.
Sure, I work on the jumbos, but big planes aren't new, you know? The Russians built this giant propaganda plane back in the 30s. It was so big, mechanics could work on the engines even in flight. Man, they had all kinds of stuff in there. Even a movie theater. And loudspeakers to play Stalin's speeches while it flew over. Talk about subwoofers.
Hmm. And yeah, that's how it looked on the inside. Anything else? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I've never been in a plane, but I doubt there'd be as much room as this one.
Me, I'm not much on helicopters. We sure get a lot of work off them, though. I've never seen so many moving parts. Makes my head spin. Everything turns and pivots. It's kind of like one of those dances your parents used to do. You know, the twist or whatever, I don't know. But somehow they keep flying.
Mm-hmm.
Just look inside this one. It's got this huge engine in the nose, and the drive shaft goes all the way up between the pilots to this big hub. Keeping all that from flying apart must be harder than staying on your board with 5 toes. I only work on the new ones. They've all got jet engines now.
Okay, let's see. Not everything? No? Yeah, looks like everything. Looks more like it's been damaged than like we're getting a I don't know. It might just be my opinion.
Anyway, I'm used to working on the jumbos, but when my dad got started, people nearly freaked out when they saw the Spruce Goose. 8 major engines on that monster. They had to have a special flight engineer just to work all the controls. Nowadays, computers control everything. The pilot just pushes a button and the engines spool up automatically. You know, sometimes I wonder what those guys do up there now anyway. Sure, I'm working on my pilot's license, and when I get it, I'm gonna have an airplane all ready to go too. I could have built something simple, like my dad's Flybaby, but I'm looking for speed, so I'm gonna build a Glasair or Lancer. See, I've built a lot of surfboards, so working with those new composites is easy. You can make some pretty slick airplanes with that stuff.
Really?
Nah, you don't have to be a mechanic to build an airplane kit. It's kind of like putting a big model together. Sure, it helps to know your way around a toolbox, but the kits these days have pretty much everything you need. Except time. But I figure in 3 or 4 years, I'll be just about done. Anyway, I gotta get back to work. I want to finish up early so I can go hang gliding with my girlfriend. Now that is a rush. You go running off a cliff, and then all of a sudden you're as free as a bird. And if you pick the right spot, you can land on the beach and hit the waves all in one day. Ow! Hey, sorry we didn't find your bag. Just click that button with my picture on it if you want somebody else to help you out.
I wonder how many people ever find their bags. Anyway, that's all for today. I'm Brian Croydragon signing out. Stay straight.